Hello and welcome. My name is Brady Brassa, and I'm here today with Johnny Depp. Johnny, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me here today.
Thanks for being here. Now, Johnny, you've had many ups and downs in your life, from dropping out of school to trying to pursue music and selling ballpoint pens for a living, then landing small acting roles, which eventually led to roles in movies like Pirates of the Caribbean. Out of all of your accomplishments, what would you say is your biggest one yet?
Well, my biggest accomplishment in my career-wise would definitely be the Pirates of the Caribbean. I had so much fun filming all the movies, and they were hits, which was awesome as well. I have won numerous awards for this award and all the other movies in the series as well. I'm so proud of myself for the great job I did in these movies, but I am also grateful to have such a great crew helping me along the way.
I agree. Those movies were a hit. Now, I've heard a bit about your childhood. Your mother was a waitress and your father was a civil engineer. Is this correct?
Yes, it is. I was actually named after my father, Johnny Depp I. My mother worked very hard as a waitress to keep food on our table for the family.
Sounds like your childhood was rough. What was your family dynamic like?
We were always on the move, never at the same place for long. I was born in Kentucky, and by the time I was 15, we had moved to Florida. I appreciate how hard my mother worked during the day, but in the evenings she swore like a sailor, played cards, and smoked. My father was an alcoholic and wasn't afraid to beat my mother and my siblings, nor myself for that matter. Because of this and my grandfather dying when I was 9, by the age of 12, I had begun smoking regularly and swearing with my parents as well. By 15, my parents were divorced, and I had been expelled from every school for doing drugs, so I literally just gave up on my education.
Wow, that sounds tough. I'm so sorry you had to go through all that.
Yes, it was very tough, but it helped me to shape me into who I am today.
That's a great way to look at the situation. So, after you dropped out of school, you tried to pursue music. Tell me about your music career.
Well, it really wasn't much of a music career, to be honest. I owned a $5 guitar and moved into my best friend's car with it. I joined a garage band and I made a living fee from performing in nightclubs. Over the next year, I joined and left 14 boy bands and worked as a construction worker on the side. Music was fun, but it didn't take me anywhere at that point in my life.
15 bands in 4 years? That's insane. And doing construction work on the side while you're doing music? That must have been exhausting.
It was extremely exhausting, but it was actually totally worth it.
Personally, one of my favorite roles of yours was Edward Scissorhands. In a previous interview, you said that you felt handicapped. How did this movie really make you feel?
Well, to be honest, it truly did make me feel handicapped, in the role especially, and it was a very big eye-opening for me. People had to do things for me that I could never imagine would be as difficult as it was. If I wanted to go somewhere, someone had to open a door for me. I couldn't pick things up. It was frustrating for me at times, and frankly, I couldn't really even write my own. Well, you know. It opened my eyes about how handicapped people, and it really got me thinking on how intelligent and self-sufficient they really can be.
Wow, that was deep and truly insightful. One more question for you, Johnny. While we're talking about your movie roles, which one was your favorite to play?
I have so many that it would be so hard to choose, but without a doubt, my favorite one was definitely Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean. He was so much fun to play and super unpredictable. He was the most outgoing personality, which is 100% different from playing Edward Scissorhands.
I enjoyed both the roles you played, and I think you played them amazingly. It looks like we're out of time, but I'm so happy to have you today. Thank you for being here with us today, Johnny.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me today.